Hey guys, Dolo304 here. How's it going? This is going to be an update to my previous video. I'm probably just going to call it the same thing, or close to the same thing. Anyway, this is going to be a little follow-up because I actually ended up returning that iPhone 6 that I bought in the last video. There was nothing wrong with it, which was cool. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it in the build quality department, but I have one main reason for returning it that's sort of related to build quality. Mine wasn't exhibiting the issue, but I'm going to explain that in a minute. And the second reason is because when the iPhone 6s releases in less than 3 weeks from now, I'm going to want it. So, okay. So, as you guys know, I bought the 64 gig gold iPhone 6, as I stated in my previous video. And I've had that for about 3 days. This is day 3, and I returned it. Now, like I said, there was nothing wrong with it, but the main thing is according to the rumors for the iPhone 6s, not only am I going to want the phone just because it has the new features and the new better processor, it's supposed to have a 12 megapixel camera, you know, the A9, it's supposed to have Force Touch, which might be a little interesting, and it's supposed to be stronger. Now, what am I getting at here? As you can see, I have Unbox Therapy's video pulled up here. It's the iPhone 6 aluminum bend test. He was able to get a hold of an iPhone 6s back frame, and what he did basically is he has this this compression testing machine, and what he did was he tested the bare iPhone 6 back. Keep in mind there's no components in these backs, but he used a regular iPhone 6 back with nothing in it, and then he did the same thing with the 6s. Basically, that's a triple point compression tester, so they put it in there and they measured how many pounds of force it took before the frame actually bent. And I don't remember the exact figures because I haven't watched this video in a while, but basically what was found is the iPhone 6s is using 7000 series aluminum, which is actually, if I'm not mistaken, the same type of aluminum they use in like aircrafts and stuff, instead of 6000 series. I believe the iPhone 6 used about, I think, aluminum 6061, and the 6s is using 7000 series. I forget the exact thing. What that means is that the 6s frame was found to be able to hold twice as much force. It was able to withstand twice as much pressure on it as the 6 case. Now, what does that have to do? Of course, you're never going to be putting this kind of force on your phone in real life. So why does it matter? Well, many of you will remember that the main issue that I had with my iPhone 6 units was screen flex. Basically, the screen would be kind of coming out in certain areas, and it would either pop or click or just not do any of that, but it would still be kind of loose in one area. And I've actually had one 6 before where the frame was actually warped, so if you sit it flat on a table, screen down, and then you could rock it from side to side, and that's what was causing the screen lift. So hypothetically, this is not proven, but hypothetically I'm attributing the screen lift issues to the phone bending very minimally. We're not talking a lot here, we're not talking like super noticeable, we're talking like a tiny bit, enough to disturb the placement of the screen. Now, considering the iPhone 6s aluminum is going to be twice as strong, this should not be a problem, because what I also noticed with my previous iPhone 6 units is that that screen lift problem generally only presented itself after at least a few days, sometimes even a week or two. So, yeah, and I don't abuse my phones. I mean, I know this Galaxy S5 is destroyed, but that's beside the point. Generally, I take care of my phones. I don't put them in my back pocket. I don't abuse them. I generally don't drop them. I mean, sometimes, I think one little dent on this, or one little scuff on this iPhone 6 case from me dropping it once. Yeah, as you can see right there. But anyway, generally, I take very good care of my phones. I try to baby them as much as possible. Obviously not this one, because it's a pile of dog crap, but that's beside the point. So, in my general usage, a phone should not be even ever so slightly bending and causing the screen to start coming away from the phone. Again, we're talking like very small scale here, but still, the point still stands. So, I am very glad that Apple is doing something about the iPhone 6s rigidity. you can go ahead and watch this video for yourself. I'll put it in the description and you can see the actual tests. But I'm glad that they're doing something about this, and this is actually the main reason that I want to get the 6S, because it is very likely that it will stand up to general everyday today use over the course of a year or two, that I will probably have the phone much better than the 6. So yes, that is my reasoning for getting the 6S. And of course it's going to have a ton of new features, and you know, nothing is confirmed yet, but the September 9th event is only about 2 weeks away, somewhat even less than that. So yeah, I will be happy for that. I'm probably going to pre-order the phone if everything goes right. I'm not sure. I haven't decided if I'm going to have it shipped or I'm going to have it pre-ordered and then go to the store and pick it up, because I heard you might be able to do that this year. Who knows? We'll see. But as far as that goes, here's Lucas. But as far as that goes, that is what I've decided to do, and that is the explanation for that. As of now, I'm going to be using the Galaxy S5 Active again until the 6S releases, which, this phone is such a pile of crap, but regardless, I'm going to use it because that's all I have, and I really want the 6S. So there you go. Now, I hope some people can see where I'm coming from on this. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with the 6. Like I've said multiple times in this video, there was nothing wrong with the iPhone 6. So, yeah, I think my reasoning for doing this is pretty solid. Some people will probably just say you shouldn't have even bought the 6 in the first place, you should have just held it out, but hey, I was desperate for a new phone, but I realized that I should have probably done that in the first place. So yeah, everything is all good. I will have the 6S. There will be an unboxing. It'll probably be a pseudo unboxing because I'm likely going to open it at the store just to make sure everything's okay before I leave, because we all know what happened last year. But anyway, yeah, I might make a video on after the iPhone 6S announcement to kind of wrap things up. Who knows? But yeah, the hype has officially started. So see you guys later. And also, just a PS, like I said, this phone is just so bad. A lot of people were asking why. They were basically saying, oh, TouchWiz isn't slow for me, it's fine. But yeah, okay, and of course it's not wanting to be a pile of crap right now. It's actually running a little better. But yeah, just sometimes especially when, you know, I'm switching between apps on this thing, it just locks up for a few seconds, and it, like, just the lag between doing certain things is very annoying, and it sucks. And like, yeah, I don't hate Samsung phones. The thing with Samsung phones is that the hardware is good. Like, the actual hardware on this phone is pretty darn good, but the software just sucks. And since this is an AT&T model, I can't put CyanogenMod on it or anything, so kind of screwed there. And with the Galaxy S6, they're using the Samsung Exynos processor, which completely prevents you from using a custom ROM because Samsung never released the source code for that processor. So that kind of sucks. I'm still not a fan of TouchWiz. I don't mind the way it looks, it's just the performance that really gets me. Now, I have not used a Galaxy S6. I would be interested in trying out a Galaxy S6, but obviously I don't want to spend money on one. I don't really know of any services where you can try out a phone for free, so whatever. I don't know. I don't really care at this point. I just want the iPhone 6S. But yeah, that's a little disclaimer for the comments. That's just to address the comments on the previous video. So there you are. Hope I explained everything in a decent manner. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but that's how my videos are. So I will see you guys later.